In 1519, Hernan Cortez returned from the Americas with the seeds of a nightshade that he had taken from Montezuma's garden. The Ottomans would eventually add spices and eggs to this fruit to create a famously vibrant dish that can be found today in different forms from Senegal and Morocco through to Israel and Iran. That plant was the tomato, and the dish is Shakshuka. Let's make it. To get started, we're going to dice one medium white onion. And then we're going to smash and slice 3 or 4 garlic cloves. Alright, now over on the stove, add about a tablespoon or 2 of some neutral oil. I'm using grapeseed oil. Olive oil works fine too. Wait for that to start to shimmer. And once our oil in our pan is hot, about over medium or medium-low heat, we can add in all of our onions. We can also add in a pound of ground beef. This is 80-20. I'm gonna break it up to incorporate it and mix it together. And then wait for the onions to start to sweat until they're about translucent. Don't let them brown. We're just going to try to soften them up a little bit. Now that we have the beef and the onions about where we want them, we're going to add in the garlic that we chopped a little bit earlier, as well as some spices. So we're going to go with 1 teaspoon of turmeric, a tablespoon and a half of paprika. I'm using smoked paprika. 2 teaspoons of cumin, about a teaspoon of sumac, a pinch of salt, and a few grinds of black pepper. We're going to let this cook down for about 3 or 4 minutes, just so that we can make sure that the garlic cooks out a little bit. Add in a 28-ounce can of whole peeled tomatoes, and then we're going to go ahead and crush them. Once the tomatoes have been incorporated, we're going to bring it to a low simmer, cover it, and let it cook for about 15 minutes. Alright, now it's been 15 minutes, so we're going to take the lid off. Continue to give it a little stir. And then we're going to keep letting this simmer until it's reduced down to like the consistency of a thick pasta sauce. And then from there we're going to add the eggs, poach the eggs on top, and that'll be it. Okay, now we've been going for about 15 minutes uncovered, and I like this consistency here. If you want it to be a little bit thicker, you can just let it go for maybe 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes if you'd like. We're just going to drop the eggs in, cover, and then let it sit until it's cooked through over a low heat. From here, you can just cover it and cook it normally, just a few minutes until the egg white's set. The yolk is still a little bit runny. I like to actually break the egg yolk, so that way you get the color coming through, because if you don't break the yolk, then you're just going to end up with the egg whites covering it. So this will give us nice little colorful streaks going throughout. And then we just cover and let it sit until the eggs are cooked. Okay, so it's been about 8 minutes, and this is exactly where I want to be with it. So we're going to take it off the stove and start to add the garnishes. Now there's a lot of different things that you can use to garnish here. You can use olives or some olive oil or some cilantro. But what I'm going to go with today is just going to be parsley and feta. And there you have it. And this, you can serve it by itself, you can serve it on flatbreads, you can serve it on crusty breads, you can serve it over rice. Today I'm gonna have it over rice, so let's go see how it is. So let it cool down some first, but I have it set here over some basmati rice, and we're gonna give it a try. So what you get is this really interesting mix from the umami from the tomatoes and the beef with like the really earthy tones that you get from the spices that we used, and then the freshness from the parsley, some saltiness from the feta. Yeah, it all works together really well. Make a batch of this for yourself, make a batch of this for your friends, bring it to a dinner party. Yeah. As always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.